Welcome everyone to my first tutorial about Unreal and second video. In the first one you could see the objectives of our tutorial, and now I'm going to show you actually what to do to make it so two players can connect to a lobby and travel through level together. In this video we are just going to build the different assets we need for this multiplayer lobby to work. So first thing first, I will actually ask you to close your editor because we're going to add some line in the default engine.ini file. So in your project folder, just open it, go to config, open up default engine.ini with any notepad you have, and then you need to add this line. So online subsystem default platform service null, you need to add this line anywhere on the document. It basically says, okay guys, I want to enable the online subsystem on my projects, but right now the online platform will be nothing. For Steam users, you will have default platform service equal Steam here in the end of your project. So once you're done, you can save up and open your project again. If you don't do this, opening session and joining session won't work. So you need to do it. So we're gonna wait till it's up, and then we're gonna think about what do we need here. So I told you about you saw the menu. The menu used to travel through different levels and open lobby. So the menu is created using a widget interface. So we're going to create a new folder. We're going to call it interface, and excuse me, on the interface we're going to build a new user interface widget blueprint. So I have the last version of Unreal 4, by the way. I'm on 4.7.6. So I don't know what features you might not have. So make sure you have the same version than I, if you want to make the same thing than I do. So the HUD now, how are we going to call it? We're going to call it HUD travel menu, because that's what we're going to use to travel. So we're not going to build it right now because we're going to build every asset we need. So we need to build a game instance. So what is a game instance? If you followed the previous tutorial, you might already know what it is. For those who doesn't know, for those who don't know, a game instance is an actor that is persistent through levels. So even if you open up a level, the game instance will always be the same whatever level you open. So why do we need this? We need this because we're going to have some logic involved during the process of opening level. So we don't want our object that we don't want that the object that handles the travel logic to be removed when we open a level. So we want the game instance to handle that. We're going to call it third person game instance, basically to keep track of what project the game instance is on. So third person game instance, like we won't create the logic right now. So the game instance is going to handle the traveling logic. Fair enough. But how do we say that we want to use this game instance? Well, it's in Edit, Project Settings. In your map and mods, you have a small game instance class scroll down menu where you can choose your newly created third person game instance. Oh, I misspelled it. So I'm gonna fix this right now. After the game instance, we need a third person controller to build the menu, to build the logic that handle the controller inputs. Why aren't we building it in the third person character? Because it's more of a physical representation of the player, and we don't want to physically do something with him. We simply want to build a control logic. So player controller fits our needs here. So you can click player controller here, or you can search for it in the taskbar. That's basically the same thing. So player controller. So we're going to call it third person controller. We're not trying to be innovative right there, just to be accurate. So the controller is going to contain the logic that handles the button clicking thing. So I think that's all. Oh yeah, one last thing. We need to tell the game to use this person controller we just created. So you could do it in the project settings, map and mods, and choose what default game mode you want. Basically, it's always a third-person game mode, but you can set it up for each different levels using world settings and choosing the game mode you want. So we want the third-person game mode, obviously, but and you can also open it here, third-person game mode, and specify the third-person game mode contains the information on what player controller class to create, what default pawn class to create. So you could change the character created by default here, but right now we're going to be interested in player controller class. So we need to tell him to spawn the third-person controller instead of the previous one, because that's the controller we just created. So I think that's all. The menu is going to open, then we're going to click. The third person controller is going to listen to the click and tell the third person game instance to make both players travel and join session. I think we're good here. So that's gonna wrap things up for this video. I hope you enjoyed and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.